last bit of data is just downloading to the aeroplane, which tells us exactly how much it weighs. So as soon as we've dealt with that, we should actually be ready to go. We're just waiting for one customer to join us. We're going to push back, head off towards one of the westerly runways here, and then it's more or less straight ahead, across Ireland, across the Atlantic, Newfoundland, and all the way down the east coast of America, right over the top of New York. So if you've got a window seat, actually after about 7 hours or so, you should actually get quite a good view. We're expecting a little bit of turbulence, just the cold front that's coming through overnight, just until we climb out of Heathrow. So for about the first 30 minutes or so, we might have the seatbelt signs up. After that, it's, according to our data, actually looking like clear skies all the way to Florida. Jason and his team of 9 are in the cabin. They will very shortly give you a safe briefing although they're looking up to if I could just wish you an enjoyable flight to Orlando, and Ash is driving, so he will give you an update before we start this update. So enjoy the flight. Thank you.
Over to the funshine destination that is Orlando, Florida. As our captain said there, my name is Jason, and it's my absolute pleasure to be your Mickey Mouse, your Little Mermaid, or your evil Cruella de Vil, but also your flight manager, and I'm joined by some of the best cabin crew in the skies here at Virgin Atlantic. Unfortunately, none of them were available for today's flight. They're off to LA instead, so I've got this rabble instead. No, I'm only joking. I've got 9 fantastic magical elves that are going to make sure, whether it's your start of your holiday or whether it's the end of your holiday and you're heading back home, that you have an enjoyable flight with us. So as you heard, we've got most of our passengers on board. We're just waiting for a few bits of paperwork, but once that's done, we're going to be shutting the door and on our way. So, in preparation, if I do have any remaining ground staff on the aircraft, can you please make yourself off the aircraft? Otherwise, you'll be joining us for a nice little 16 hours in Orlando.
Virgin Atlantic and the communities we serve, thank you.
Thank you! Thank you! Thank you! Thank you.
Hello there. We're delighted to welcome you on board Virgin Atlantic. Thank you for flying with us today. You're no doubt keen to lose yourself in our dazzling world of entertainment, but first we're going to show you a safety film, and we'd like you to give it your full attention. It's really important that you watch it. It helps explain the safety equipment and procedures of this particular aircraft, and gives you an idea of what to do in an emergency. If you have any questions after watching it, ask one of us as we check the and exits need to be kept clear. So, if there is anything you haven't put in the overhead lockers, put them under the seat in front of you now. It's really important that your seatbelt is securely fastened. If it isn't, push the two ends together until they click. Then tighten it by pulling the strap, like this. If there's an airbag attached, make sure it's not twisted. You can open your seatbelt like this. Keep your seatbelt on and pull the tag or the mask down to turn on the oxygen. The bag might not inflate, but oxygen will be flowing. Put the mask over your mouth and nose and adjust the straps around your head to make sure it fits. Fit your mask first before helping anyone else with theirs. You can't smoke anywhere on this flight, and that means anywhere, not even the toilets. It's just not safe. The same goes for these electronic and smokeless cigarettes. We all have a lot of electronic devices. Please make sure they're switched to flight safe or airplane mode now. Okay. For more details on using your devices on the flight, Please take a look at your safety card. If we land on water, take your life jacket from under or next to your seat. Pull the tab to release it, tear open the bag and take the jacket out. Slip it over your head, pass the straps around your waist and tie in a double bow at your side. Only inflate it when you're outside so it doesn't restrict your escape. Pull the red tab hard or blow into the tube to inflate. There's a light and a whistle to attract attention. Cabin crew will hand out smaller life jackets for children. To help reduce injury in an emergency landing, fasten your seatbelt tight. Put both feet together, firmly on the floor, slightly under your seat. Place one hand over the other, on the back of your head. Bend forward, elbows outside your knees. Rest your head on the seat in front if you can. If you have a child on your lap, place one hand on your head, lean over your child and place one hand on their head. Lights will guide you to the exits in an emergency. And there are signs above the doors. The cabin crew will point out the exits now. Please remember where your nearest exit is. It might be right there, behind you. If you need to open a door, move the big handle in the direction of the arrow. As the door opens, a slide will inflate. If it doesn't, then just pull the red handle. Leave everything behind you and take off anything that could damage the slide. Jump on the slide and when you get to the end, move away quickly. Most slides can also be used as rafts. Okay, we're nearly ready to go. Please now make sure your seatbelt's fastened low and tight, your seat's upright, the armrest's down, and your footrest is tucked away. If your screen isn't in the back of the seat in front of you, return it to its home now. There's a safety card in your seat pocket. Have a good look through to remind you of what you've seen and for information about this particular aircraft. Please always pay attention to the signs and the crew. They're there to keep you safe. So if you have any questions, just ask. Now sit back and enjoy your flight, and thanks for watching.
Well, I think you'll agree, everybody, my cabin crew did an amazing job of their amateur dramatic skills there, but fear not many of them will be hitting Broadway anytime soon. For those of you who are wearing a face mask on today's flight, if there is a very unlikely and unexpected loss of cabin pressure, then please remember to remove your face mask before fitting your oxygen mask. And for those of you who are looking to charge your devices, you'll notice our engines aren't at full power yet, therefore there is no in-seat power available. It will be turned on once we reach 10,000 feet. So for now, could I kindly ask you to remove all charging cables from the USB ports or the universal power ports, just to prevent any trip hazards from occurring should we need to get off the aircraft quickly. Cabin crew, seats for departure please. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I'm just about to turn on your entertainment screens. Once we're in the air, if you are having any issues, just highlight to a member of the cabin crew and we'll gladly reset your screen. comfortable, but also go through the fantastic team that are going to be working to make sure you have a fantastic start to your holiday or a lovely comfortable ride home. So as I said before, my name is Jason, and it's my absolute pleasure to be your flight manager, and my fellow manager joining me taking care of our economy and premium cabin is Abby. And for our economy passengers, you have the fantastic delights of the foursome of Candy, Elle, Louise and Nassim. And for our premium economy passengers, you have the delights of Poppy. And then for our upper class passengers, you have the dynamic duo of Bailey and Julia, with Yvonne, our onboard Michelin star trained chef. And beware, ladies and gentlemen, that's Michelin tyres, not the Michelin but Gourmand accreditation. Our flight time is around about 9 hours and 20 minutes today, but if you'd like to keep up to date on our arrival time and our map, then all you need to do is look at the Sky Map function, which is located on your entertainment screen. Now, as you can see, the seatbelt signs are on, and when they are on, we do ask that you stay in your seat with your seatbelt fastened, and if you are travelling with an infant, just make sure that the seatbelt that's provided by the cabin crew is attached, or that the baby is secured in the Sky bassinet. Once the seatbelt signs are off, you're more than welcome to move around the cabin, but if they do come on, then please return to your seat and make sure your seatbelt is fastened. It's now, once the seatbelt signs are off, you can now collect your personal items from the overhead lockers and store them at your feet. But we do ask that you're careful when you're opening those overhead lockers, as they are heavy and things could fall out and cause an injury to yourself and those around you. Now, if you haven't been on board an aircraft since the 1980s, you won't know this, but smoking, it's illegal and not allowed on board any aircraft in the world, and all our toilets are fitted with extremely sensitive smoke detectors. So to avoid embarrassment of looking like a drowned rat in front of your fellow guests, we'd ask you not to give the sprinkler systems a go. This also does include the use of vapes and e-cigarettes. Now, if there's nothing that you've listened to from my dulcet tones, then the next 23 seconds is probably the most important announcement that you need to hear today, and that is the location of your toilets. So for our economy cabin, there are 4 toilets, 2 located either side of the cabin, with 2 located in the middle of the cabin, which are being pointed out by my glamorous cabin crew right now. Just be aware that they may be behind you. For our premium economy passengers, you have your own single dedicated toilet, which is located on the right-hand side of the cabin, next to the kitchen. And for our upper class passengers, there are 2 toilets located at the rear of the aircraft, just behind the onboard bar and my favourite area, the onboard jacuzzi. Now, if you are looking to charge your devices, our in-seat power will soon be enabled, also with our Wi-Fi as well. If you are connecting to the Wi-Fi, Jason's top tip number 1 is try and create an account. That way, when we do lose the internet connection, which is about halfway over the Atlantic, and you'll need to re-sign in once we get that connection back, that way, once you signed in as a guest, you won't be able to sign in with new credentials, so please create an account if you are looking to buy the Wi-Fi. If you are looking for your chargers, then for our economy, there is a USB port located in your entertainment screen. And for our upper class passengers and premium passengers, there is a universal power port, which is located under your seat or in your seat literature pocket. There are some device restrictions that can and can't be used, so for more information, just take a look at the back of your seat pocket. So, as I said, ladies and gentlemen, nothing but fun on my flights, especially when we're over to Orlando. So we do actually have a couple of competitions today for you. So the first one is, can you guess the total age of all the crew? Be kind, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a hard Christmas. I know I look a lot older than I am. But if you'd like to have a go, all you need to do is jot the total age of the 10 cabin crew and 2 pilots on a piece of paper and hand it into a member of cabin crew. And then what we'll do an hour before we land into Orlando, we'll announce the prize winning draw. And there are prizes for adults and kids. So whoever wins will be able to get their hand in Jason's sack and have a good rummage. Calm it down, ladies and gentlemen, it's not that kind of flight. Also, we do have, for those little guests travelling on board today, we have our competition, our colouring competition. So if you'd like to join, all you need to do is just use those pencils that were included in your kids pack. Then our captain will choose the best picture in his eyes and we'll hand them up at the entrance as you board the aircraft, and you'll also get a prize as well. And then about an hour into the flight, we'll also be doing Jason's fantastic Orlando quiz with, once again, lots of prizes to be won. So for more information, I'll do an announcement about that halfway through the flight. But for now, all I need you to do is sit back, relax and be our guest on this flight over to Orlando.